Niger Emirate Council, comprising 6 local government areas, Kontagora, Mariga, Magama, Rijau, Wushishi and Mashegu, has convened an emergency security summit to address escalating bandit attacks that have killed civilians, displaced farmers, and recently claimed 17 soldiers in Mariga local government area. The summit, titled First Kontagora Emirate Security Engagement and Town Hall Meeting, is scheduled for July 5 at the Emir's Palace. It was initiated by State Assembly Speaker Abdul Malik Sakindaji, who emphasized the failure of conventional security measures and urged collective community action. Stakeholders expected include lawmakers, military and police veterans, council leaders, and other dignitaries from the Emirate. The summit aims to find lasting solutions to the worsening insecurity. Now, there have been calls for community policing, and there have been calls for state police. At this point, the concerns had been state governors, weaponizing state police. I mean, already they are like demigods right now in the country. So giving them, what makes most state governors to not be as powerful or taking the god status as it were is because the security apparatus is not under them. They can't control that. Now, giving them security apparatus, it's more like making them more like it's more God, right?
Okay.
Now, that has been the concern with state policing. But now, with what is going on in these different states, one would wonder, is it okay at this point to even look in that direction? Now, with Niger State Speaker, House of Assembly Speaker, calling this
summit,
security summit, do you even see a way out at this point? Do you think this is a step in the right direction, or is it still much ado about nothing?
Okay, let me just go directly. Security is the business of everybody, and if not giving a state police the order of a state police will bring the high level of insecurity in our country and most of the states generally. I will say in our country because there is no state that is exempted in our country. Then, to me, we should be seeing it that we are not doing the right thing. Because, yes, the summit is a good one. But I should see it that every community, you understand, should see the security of their community to be their responsibility. Now, if every community sees their security or the security of their community to be their responsibility, and the state, because the policemen we are talking about are human beings like us. Even if you hand over the state police to the governors, yes, they will only beef their security. They will employ the ones they want to employ. But one thing that is very, very paramount is the communities, individuals that are willing. Just like when we started OSPAC in Ibruta, we announced it that everybody that is willing to be an OSPAC member should apply. Nobody is nominating anybody. And that gave the motivation for some persons to say, we want to fight this insecurity. Because before that time, they were collecting phone, raping women, doing all sorts of things, stealing in the afternoon, robbing in the night. But immediately these individuals came back, they were ready. It minimized the insecurity. It gave chance for those criminals to move out from the community because the boys were ready to do anything to make sure that they stopped that insecurity. And they moved the looks and cranny, announcing to them that if you are living in this community and what is in your mind is stealing, you better leave. Because if you are being caught, you will not be sent to police. So that brought fear to the individuals that were in the community trying to bring in insecurity. So if the individuals, if the communities take the security as their own responsibility, and every individual see insecurity to be his own responsibility, it will reduce the rate of insecurity. Security is our business. It's not only the governor's business. There is no how you will tell me that they will go and rob a governor with the high level of security he has. You can't even penetrate to rob a commissioner because they have police in their house with ammunitions. But what of the individuals that are in their villages? What of the farmers? Those people are the most important people. So we are not talking about the high security of the high government officials. We are talking about those individuals that are in the local villages. So it should be the responsibility, the security should be the responsibility of the communities.
All right, very well. QC,
Yeah.
what do you make of this development in Niger State, calling the first security summit?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think the people of Niger State, they are doing their bit. You understand? They are doing their bit. I sincerely appreciate the speaker's proactive stance on this matter. Why is because we are talking about a situation where states that were active, states that were actively engaging the national economy are no longer doing that because of the level of insecurity that is all around in the country. If they had to do that, it's because they are thinking of a way of getting their people to have that sense of belonging, so that they can go about their businesses. Now, the fact that the federal government have not really been prepared or been willing to go with the outcry all over the country about the creation of state police, it's beginning to look like they are shooting themselves in the foot, because they cannot even move. The national security apparatus is not effective, it's ineffective right now. And the only way that we can have some form of reprieve is when if every state has their police. Forget about what they are talking about. State governors will do this. State governors will do this. The time that it takes to have a rapid response in security matters from the states, because the high command is somewhere in Abuja. There is a time gap, and that is the problem that we are having. The security apparatus cannot respond because they have to wait. Now, if they have to wait, and then there are other interests, within that time gap, it's becoming ineffective. Look at all the places where things are going well. I will not look at a command economy like we have it in Russia, but look at the United States. Every state, do you know the layers and layers and layers and layers of of structures involved in the security setup in the United States? We talk about police here. You talk about FBI. You talk about just so many, and every state, and yet serious crime gets committed in that country. Not to talk of Nigeria. As far as I'm concerned, we are not yet prepared. We are not yet prepared. There is so much, there is a kind of politics that is played in the country that every serious matter is politicized, and politicians, we have to look at it, and people are dying. How can people were dying? People have been dying for 8 years. Under President Buhari, people were dying. Now, we have 2 years under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. People are dying. When we had President Jonathan, we didn't have it. It was not this bad. But the fact that Nigerian politicians will be comfortable to discuss politics when we are talking about security, with the number of people dying in the country and the fact that the economy has been in shambles, been in the woods, and all they are talking about is some stage managed things that they do, and then the experts will now come and explain all that to mean that they are doing well. It's sad.
All right. Very well. But
Yeah.
you have something
Yes.
to say.
I want to just let me differ a little, because from what my brother just said concerning state policing. In every state, we have commissioners of police. And I believe that the commissioners of police are in charge. The IG is just like the president. And what I believe that will solve the solution, that will solve the problem of this insecurity, is not based on all these summits, is by giving out power. Giving out power to the communities, the heads, the chiefs, and being supervised by the DPOs and the commissioner of police.
All right.
If giving out powers to the communities and order them to have a security gadget to be paid by government, not instituting a security gadget that is not being paid, it demoralizes the spirit of these vigilantes and any security gadget, of course. Because if they are getting a stipend from government and they are reporting to government, and government is doing the right thing, not when a criminal is being caught and you detain the criminal, when they come you bail them. No. When a criminal is being caught, you go to the court and let the criminal prove that yes, he's not a criminal in the court. Then if the person did not prove that he's not a criminal in the court, he should be jailed.
All right. Very well.
Because when you start looking at where, if you go to police station, sorry to say it, you get angry when they tell you bail is free. Bail is not free. And when you get a criminal, they want their money. They are not looking at, only few of the DPOs and police officers are doing the right work. The same thing is happening on the road. You understand? Mm-hmm. Do you know that a criminal, they can carry troops of criminals with ammunition in a bus and be passing? Instead of police to search that bus, what they will be interested is to take their 200, which is very bad. Or they take 500 from there, which is bad. What we should be looking at is having the officers that has the information to do the right thing.
All right. Very well. Well, hopefully you're talking of police reformation, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And giving them the right education concerning the security issues, the insecurity issues in Nigeria.
Okay. Very well.